Hello everybody, Kay here. Wow, it feels like it's been so long. I hope you've been catching some of those shorts that I've been posting. I've been trying to keep you all updated. August is over. We are in September. For those of you that remember and have been with me, you know that August was my huge dental month. But let me share some other things that have happened. I had 3 big dental procedures during August. The last one was surgery that left me, I'm still recovering. I still have some swelling here, and it's still painful. I still really can't use the side of my face, so it's lingering, but I'm very pleased to say all that dental work that I needed to get done, I got done. Whew. It's behind me now. So now it's just about healing and recovery, which, y'all, I can do that. Dental work, very big deal. If that wasn't enough, I was also doing the studio build. I ran out of budget pretty quickly in that studio build and had to DIY a lot of things. I did my own painting. I was doing my own assembly of things. So that also consumed a lot of my August and a lot of September. It is now ready to be used. So it's not quite ready to be used. The front of it is just a full-on mess. Wood all over, pieces all over. It's a mess. There's still no doorknob. I'm going to get that sorted next. And the floors, just because I ran out of budget, I could not do flooring. I tried to paint the edges and then thought I'd put down a rug, but I don't have any rugs that really fit, so I'm kind of patchworking rugs in. None of that matters because at the end of the day, it's ready to be used, which is great. And then I'm sorry to report that Sammy, our sanctuary dog, was bitten by a rattlesnake, and we have been contending with that. Now, if that weren't enough, I have tried to make a video for you to get you all caught up in my planners for August because I am very committed to my planning and my memory keeping, and I've been doing that. And exactly 3 times I've recorded that. 3 times I've recorded getting out all of my August notebooks and going through each and every one and sharing with you some changes that I've made, but just, that memory keeping of the month. And all 3 times I've deleted them because it just doesn't feel where my heart is anymore. I'm still doing it. I'm still loving it. It just doesn't feel like I don't know. It feels like this channel has shifted and I need to find my footing again. And let me talk to you a little bit about where I've landed with that. So what's come up for me is through the planning, sharing that I do here on the channel. I first started at the end of last year. I think it was the end of last year with the Me project. And that project was really kind of trying to bring out that voice, take care of it was a pretty big, ambitious project, as mine, tend to be. And it was a success for me. It was a good project. And it motivated me and inspired. Sorry, I'm just killing ants. If you see me looking away, I'm just looking at, oh, la, 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 me and my auntie friends. Ants have been horrible this year. They're all over the place. They're coming in my office, by the way, for glue and tape. Like, there's no food in here. And there's no water. They're really coming in and hanging around those things that have a lot of glue and tape in them. Anyway, there's another one. Anyway, the Me project was a success. It motivated me and inspired me to do the midlife makeover. And you all know that just rocked my world. It changed everything. It changed, part of that midlife makeover was recognizing I was at a place in my life where identity confusion was probably at its strongest. I was just so invested in things outside myself that I had lost my voice of who I was as a woman, feeling beautiful and comfortable in my own body. I had just gotten myself to this place where I knew I needed to do something drastic. And it was the Me Project that helped me realize that. And so I started this midlife makeover. And as I dove deeper and deeper into that, I felt a change occurring. And I feel like I didn't do a good job documenting it. I wish I had done a better job to look at that process. But I didn't, but it happened nonetheless. And some things happened during that process. So first of all, I've come out the other side a much different person. And if you all are thinking about doing a midlife makeover, I would highly encourage you to do so. It's probably one of the most life-changing personal work, personal development projects that I've ever done. It was difficult, and part of that difficulty was I was feeling a lot of anger toward myself. I was feeling really let down. I feel like I let myself down to allow myself to get to that place. And I also had a lot of anger with my husband, and that's really hard for me to say out loud. It was a critical voice, a harsh voice, but it was a voice that said, how could he? How could he let me? How could he witness the woman that he loves come to this place, get to this place? How could he not do something, say more? And so we've been working our way through that, and it hasn't been easy. We've had to, just like a project, a personal project that I would do, we've kind of had to do this couple project where, we're intervening with very strategic things to bring us back aligned. But it hasn't been easy. But if I didn't share that with you, I feel like I would be keeping out a very big part of that midlife makeover. We aren't where we need to be yet, but we're committed to the process, and we continue to work at that to get us there as a couple. And he's also been working on his own personal enrichment, personal development projects, and that's just been important and good for us. Okay, so I wanted to put that out there. Do I feel like the midlife makeover is over? I've spoken about that on a previous video. It is. It's evolved. It's something different now. It's the next chapter, the what comes next, what comes after this. And I feel that that's always important to look at, what now, right? Because I want to keep that momentum going. I don't want to lose focus on, how I'm participating in my own life now. And yeah, I don't want to lose that momentum. So I'm still doing all of the tracking. My health tracking, I still have my Shine sheet. Actually, you know what? Let me get these and come right back on. Okay, I had to take these out of my traveler's notebook. So this is my newest health insert, and I think it's 2 months old now. I do archive these when I finish them, but you can see here my month of, I love that I memory keep all of this. August, I came to that place because of all of the planning and documentation that I do, keeping track of things, daily habits and so forth. I really made a focus in August on movement and hydration. Those were just like my two primary focuses. And look what your girl did. So when you see the little tennis shoes, that's an actual walk on a walking path at a park. Like, who is that woman? I don't walk at parks. Oh, in the next chapter I do, you betcha I do. So that's a walk at a park. And then when you see the little legs, little feet here, that means I did another form of exercise, but I still got my movement in. So that's a positive day. And then day of rest have been, my goal is to walk 3 times a week, and then, insert these rest days. So there's August. Here's September. This was my last big oral surgery right here. So yeah, I couldn't walk that. I needed to rest. Um, and then here I am, look, 4 days a week, and then 2 other days where I had alternative. What? I am finding in the morning now my walk is necessary. It's funny how when you start a new habit, like drinking water, like at the beginning it's really hard and you think, oh, I hate to do this. Um, but then your body gets so used to the hydration that then you start craving the water, right? Well, walking's been the same thing for me. Is at the beginning it was hard, and those first days I was tired, and now it's like my body is excited. I like to go walking in the morning. I'm actually bummed when I can't go walking. So that's a big change. And then I still have my shine sheet, which those are days where I'm really focusing on those midlife makeover, um, habits, daily habits that I don't want to lose. And that would include hydration, vitamins, my sugar intake, movement, skincare, oral care. And when I say skincare, I mean the full routine, oral care, the full routine, reading, journaling, and filming. Those, are my focus. Skincare, let me talk to you about that for a minute. So I had shared that I purchased these new Cora products, and that was after some research on trying to find a product that felt natural and nourishing to my skin after, well, just a lifetime. And this lotion will make me feel beautiful, this lotion will make me look beautiful, and it's just not working. I decided to flip that script and just look for something that feels nourishing to me. I can't recommend this product enough. It has really blown me away. I used it all through August. I've used it for half of September, and I feel like here, that big scar where I got that poisonous bite. Um, I feel it's really helping a lot. My skin just feels good, and I love that routine. So I bought, again, I'll show you one more time. I bought, this is the morning routine. It's a serum and a sunscreen. And then this is the full nighttime routine, which is a cleanser and like a toner and then a moisturizer. Love it. It's super light, and I do feel my skin is responding positively to, towards it. So those were some very big changes. Now, the next big change was the reading. And, well, now I have a writing studio, and now I have, a rough draft of a novel. And that came out of the blue. And writing has always been something important to me. It's part of who I am as a professional. And I just never saw myself having the time to write a novel. But once I started reading and experiencing things like fantasies and imagination and opening up that creative world, I found just writing was a very much an organic, authentic piece of that pursuit. And the words just, I don't know, oozed out of me. Who would have known that was in me? But it was, and it all started with a dream one night. And I just knew I needed to build off that dream. And so I did. That all of this that I'm showing started with that midlife makeover. So as part of this next chapter, something I'm committed to is I'm not going to wait till 2026 to, normally in my planner world, I would be dreaming about and imagining what did I want my 2026 planner to look like, and starting to even maybe set that up. And that's just not me anymore. I don't want to wait till January 2026 to turn the page and feel like I have a really big fresh start. I love fresh starts. What's preventing me from doing it now? So my next project, what's it going to look like? Well, it's going to be called the Equinox Within. On the 22nd, I believe, is the start of fall. So what I did was I designed my next project. And it's going to be a project that is 8 weeks long. And I'd like to share a little bit of it with you. So this is my opening page to the project book. And I just kind of put these themes, and this project is going to take me to, for the next 8 weeks into fall. And for the Equinox Within, what I'm going to be looking at is strength with softness, ambition with rest, and action with reflection. And I then went in each week, and you can see what I did. I made first of all, there's a theme. So for example, week 1 is root and release. And what's my focus for week 1? And it's going to be grounding and setting intentions. And what are the practices? So each week I kind of just, for 8 weeks, I have a theme going. I have a focus, and then I have some practices. What am I going to do that week as part of this Equinox Within? And so for week 1, my Equinox prompts, prompt. Some weeks I only have 1, some weeks I have 2. And that's the type of journaling that I'm going to do each week. The prompt is, what am I ready to release? And what am I ready to welcome? So just gaining clarity on what I'm ready to let go of, and I already have a good idea about a couple of those things, and what more I want to bring into my life. And I already have an idea about what that's going to look like when I sit down to write that. Another practice is going to be, I'm going to look at one space around me and I'm going to declutter it. Part of that midlife makeover was a decluttering activity, and it's never been the same since we did that. So yes, if you're sitting on the fence, should I do a midlife makeover? Should I do a self-improvement project? Yes, go and do it and allow it to rock your world. Even when the difficult comes up, even when the difficult, be brave, move forward with courage. And then the last practice that I'm going to do week 1 is I'm going to develop a grounding ritual, something that I can do, a behavior that I can do, or something in my environment that helps ground me. So that's an example of week 1. And I will record each week so you can see the type of personal work that I'm doing. I did record the Me project. I did record the Midlife Makeover project. So of course I'm going to record the Equinox Within project. And I'm sharing this with you today because it's not too late for you to join me. I will put as many prompts as I can down in the body of this video. And if you want to join me for this, I would encourage you to do so. I am, poster child for how these projects, these self-improvement, self-awareness, development, these projects can really change your life. So that's the Equinox Within, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that's about all the updates that I have. I wonder how long this is now in total. I feel like it's going to be really long. So please forgive me if I don't do planning videos for a while. Again, I just feel like I've moved beyond that. And what I'm feeling drawn to share right now is all the self-improvement work that I'm doing here at Midlife, and what I'm going to build out in that studio. What is it going to look like for me? How am I going to allow that inner creative develop more and practice the art of whatever it is I'm choosing to practice in. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Equinox Within project. I'm excited to be filming again. I can still feel, previously when I've tried to film, that it hurts. It still hurts a little bit to talk. So I feel like the healing is at the tail end, but I can still feel the pull from too much talking. So I guess that's enough talking for the day. I feel awkward being back on camera. I don't know quite where to look anymore. It's like, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Where are you? But it does feel good just again to dust this off and get back into doing regular filming again. I think just having been lost about, who am I now as a YouTuber, and looking at redefining that's prevented me from getting on here and giving you those updates. But now that I have a good direction, and I hope we do a lot of talking over the next weeks. Okay, until the next time, may you be blessed.